and welcome to Wayne's Wednesdays Wizarding Wonders. My name's Wayne and I'm going to be showing you a different side to ALAKAZAM magic. Now before we get on with the show, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the great content that we have got coming up on the ALAKAZAM YouTube channel. Well, my name is Wayne and this is my Wizarding Wonders on a Wednesday, hence the name. Took a long time to work that out as well. On this show, I'm going to be talking to you about tricks that are suitable not just for kids, not just for adults, but for everybody. When I work, I'm a family performer, so I want to make sure that if I'm doing a family show and there's a lot of adults there and a few children, the children aren't going to get bored, start getting disruptive. And likewise, if I'm doing a family show and there's lots of kids there, or a kids show even, and there's adults watching, I don't want them getting bored and thinking I'm a babysitter. They're going to be involved in the show as well. This is especially important if you're doing children's shows. I have a very strict rule that the parents don't stand at the back of the room nattering. They come and sit down with the kids because they're going to be part of the show as well. But if I'm going to bring them in, I've got to make sure that I'm incorporating them and also entertaining them as well. So I don't want them feeling like, oh, I've got to see you. I want them to be part of the show and enjoy everything that I'm doing. Now, this week, I'm going to be looking at a trick that is a little bit bigger than the other tricks I've done so far. But it is a great trick. It's very, very visual. That's the main part for this one. It's very, very visual. There are a couple of restrictions with it, and I'll come back to that after we've had a look at it. But it is a great trick. It's fantastic. It's, again, very visual, very magical. And I love it. It's really, really cool. I've got a couple of different applications for it as well, which again, I'll talk to you afterwards. But before we go any further, let's check out a performance. Hello everybody, so I thought I'd share with you a little story today about a time when I went on a picnic, and it was a great picnic. I've got my little table here because I've got my picnic bag, and it was my job to pack the picnic bag with everything that I was going to take with us. And it was with my girlfriend, yeah, I got a girlfriend, and my daughter as well. And we went for this nice walk, and it wasn't until we got there that I realised that obviously I had messed up because I'd forgotten the sandwiches and the sausage rolls and the fruit. My daughter's big into her fruit at the moment. She's like, no, we're fruit. But I did remember for my girlfriend a nice bottle of Bugs Fizz, which nobody drank, which is why I still got it. We had a bottle of Bugs Fizz, which I thought was quite cool. And I remember a rainbow flitting across the sky. That they don't flip, it doesn't matter. I got my girlfriend some nice flowers. Beautiful. She didn't like them. And of course in the bag as well I had of course a nice blanket. Now you need a nice blanket if you're going to sit in the feather. You need a nice blanket if you're going to sit on the grass, so we took one of those as well. But I had forgotten everything else. There was nothing else inside the bag, and my girlfriend was pretty annoyed about that, as was my daughter. And I said, don't mind, I can do a bit of magic and we can make something appear. So if we all wiggle our fingers and say abracadabra or alakazam, let's do that one. 1, 2, 3, alakazam. And then when I reach into the bag now, I had magically made as well, unbelievably, a beautiful full bottle of Coke. And I thought that would be good, that we could use that. Then my daughter was like, I want some fruit, Dad. I don't want fizzy, I want fruit. And I was like, okay, fruit, I'll see what I can do. So maybe we can do alakazam again. Alakazam. I don't think you're watching at home, and I know this is a magic trick, but I would like you to join in with it as well. So we'll try it again. Everyone with their fingers say alakazam, because you want fruit. I've got fruit because I can do magic. And so I magicked up some orange juice. Fanta orange, not really orange juice, but Fanta orange that we could have and we could drink. Yeah. And my daughter was like, Dad, that's not orange. That's artificial. It's not good for you. I want something with real fruit in it. And I was like, well, you're in luck then, because I'm your dad and I can sort this out, because I've actually got here a bottle of lemons. Yeah. And she was like, well, it's lemonade. And I was like, yes, well, when you're given lemons, you make lemonade. And she's like, I want real fruit, Dad. Or, you know, I want something healthy. I don't want to eat unhealthily. And I was like, well, I offered you oranges, to be fair. I did offer you oranges. And also I did offer you lemons, to be fair. You could have had either. And she was like, I didn't want either of those. And I was like, well, what would you like? And she said, oh, I just want a bottle of water. And I said, well, you're in luck then, because I never go anywhere without a bottle of water, which you can have with my love. There was nothing else. There was no sandwiches. There was no snacks, no food, but we had plenty to drink. And staying hydrated is very, very important. And we did with our beautiful cocktail selection of orange, lemon, and Coke, and the Buxes, which nobody drank as well. But that is the tall appearing bottles, and I hope you liked it. So that's the performance of the taller appearing bottles. And it's great. I'm not going to lie to you, I love it. It's brilliant. There are a couple of restrictions that I mentioned before the video, and these are not many. I don't want to put you off with that because it is a great trick. The only thing is, I find I do a lot, especially when we're coming out of the lockdown as well, and during the summer months you do a lot of outdoor shows, and you have people sat on three sides of you. Now this isn't going to be a great trick, as you could probably imagine. This isn't going to be an amazing trick to do in that situation, because you're going to have people on the sides are going to be able to see behind, etc. So this is really one of those ones, if you're doing a school show or you're doing a show in a hall and you're up on the stage and you've got everybody in front of you, then it's great. But if you've got people to the sides, not so much. The props are beautifully made, as you saw in the video. They look great. I'm not going to reveal the method if you don't know already, but it's one of those ones. It does look simple, it does look easy, but you have to sell it. So when you're getting the bottles out of the bag, you want to make them look like they've got some weight to them. You want to make them look like they're real bottles, and you want to make them look like you're actually pulling them out from nowhere, really, from the bag. The bag comes complete with the bag as well. The bag's great. It's got the secret bit, and I normally throw the towel in, as you saw at the beginning, because it really fills the bag up and it really makes the bag look big. Likewise with the bottle of Bucks Fizz, so I bring this out first of all. This is really cool actually, because it's a glass bottle. It's very different to the plastic bottles, but I place it down and I make sure it makes a bit of a noise with it, and it kind of sells it. So later on when they hear the going on to here, you get the same sort of effect. Now, like I did say beforehand, I had a couple of different applications for this. I've used this set for the last 5 years or so in so many different scenarios. I've used it at fetes. Again, when I've been able to control, I do a fete every year where I'm in a small marquee, and then they have a separate marquee in front where the children sit, and that way I can pull the curtains in front of my bit, and it's only a very small one, but it's like a one-man marquee type thing, so I'm able to control the angles on that. But it's great because I bring it out with the towel, and I put the towel on the floor. I normally bring out a couple of Tupperware pots as well that have got sandwiches and sausage rolls in, and say, oh, I can't wait for the show to finish because I'm going to have a picnic, and I do like that. I've done this on stage. My favourite application for it though is I have used this in educational shows, where I've changed a couple of the bottles. So I still bring out the Coke and the Sprite and everything else. And inside the bottles, I've got a sticker, which these ones, I didn't have on these stickers, but to come out, and it tells me the sugar content. And so I bring the bottles out and I talk about how much sugar there is in a bottle of Sprite. And I tell her how much is in an orange tango, how much there is in a Coca-Cola. And then the last bottle, instead of using the half-filled Pepsi Max bottle, and I'll explain why I used a half-filled bottle in a minute, is as I bring it out, instead of that one, I actually have in there a bottle of water. So the last bottle that comes out is a bottle of water, and I ask how much sugar is in the bottle of water, and of course there's none, and that kind of highlights the point that it's much healthier to drink water. If you're going to have fizzy drinks, that's fine, but it's better to make sure you also drink a lot of water as well, because that's going to be better for you. So I use it in a healthy eating aspect, and that goes down really well. And it's such a visual trick that when I'm on stage talking about this educationally, and I have other little facts and bits as well, it's not just me just going, how much sugar, how much sugar, I make it entertaining, obviously. But it's such a visual thing that it really sells it. I've also done it with the educational show. In the last bottle, I don't have a bottle in there, I actually bring out 2 bags of sugar, and I say, well, that's the equivalent to how much sugar you're drinking, and then I tip it into I have a glass bowl, when I tip all the sugar out into a glass bowl to really highlight and emphasize how much sugar they're drinking. So I find both ways work really, really well, either the bottle of water or the sugar. They're both really, really visual and a nice way of adding to it. So yes, that's the taller bottles. It's beautifully made. It is simple to do, it's simple to perform, like the best tricks, they always really are. It gives you a chance to really focus. I don't have to think about this. It gives me a chance to think about the presentation and make sure that what I'm doing is entertaining to everybody, as opposed to worrying, oh, I've got to do this sleight or I've got to do that move. I can just get on with the trick and not have to worry about the actual mechanics of it. This is a Tora production bottles. If you're interested or want to learn more, then drop me a message. And if you want to buy one, then there is a link right down there for you to click on and check out, and contact the guys in the shop, and they have them available. Again, I give it a great review. I think it's great. It's fantastic. It looks great. It's very magical. And it's a really nice prop as well. So that is the Tora production bottles. They are fantastic, and I know that if you get them, you're going to have a lot of fun with them. And again, they're very magical, they're very visual, they look great, and it's a great prop. Now that is a great prop, and I'm going to talk about another great prop now, and we're going to have a little look at this one. I thought I would finish off today's show with another fantastic trick as well, something else that I get a lot of fun enjoyment out of doing. And one of those tricks that can just sit inside the case and is always ready to go. So it doesn't take any preparation, doesn't take any thought. And if I find myself in a situation where I've got to cover an extra couple of minutes, or one of my tricks, I put it out and discover it's broken, or anything can happen and you need to kill a few seconds, this is the trick that I will turn to, because I know A, it's very magical, B, it's got audience participation, and 3, it's such a great trick and I love performing it. Now the audience participation in this trick comes from that I would hand the ropes out to be examined, and I use this in my cabaret show. In fact, when I was working in Spain for almost 10 years, this was the second trick in my cabaret show, and I would get kids running around stretching the rope and then bring it back to me. So let me show it to you, and then we can have a good chat about it afterwards. So what I've got here is 3 pieces of rope. I've got a small piece of rope, I've got a medium-sized piece of rope, and I've got a very, very long piece of rope. Now, if I gather the ends together and I bring them to the top, you can see the exact size difference in the ropes, because the long one is very, very long, the medium one is medium, and the small one is quite short. Now, I can show you that I have to let go of the small one here, but you can see there's the long one, there's the medium, and there is the small piece of rope. Now, I want you to watch this really closely. Really, really close. If I hang the ropes like this, you can see the middle here, you can see the middle there, and you can see the middle there. But if you check it out, what's this? If I just shake, well, that's all well and good, but you can't really tell from the ends which end belongs to which. It's only when I separate them and show them that you can see the small one, you can see the medium one, and you can see the long one. But check this out. If I blow, just like so, then all 3 pieces of rope become exactly the same size. 1, 2, and 3. 3 pieces of rope, exactly the same size. You might remember we had the small piece of rope, which was the smallest of the 3. Then we had the medium-sized piece of rope, which was, well, they're all medium now, I suppose. And then we had the really, really long piece of rope. But nothing is what it seems, and seeing is disbelieving. This is not an optical illusion. It just looks like one. That is one of my favorite jokes. Thank you very much. Now, if I can, you know what, when I wrote that joke, I thought that would be the best joke I've ever written. The audiences would bow down to me and like, oh, you are comedy. Never gets a laugh. No one ever laughs at that joke. It's just for me, that one is. So check it out. With the ends are here now, the ends are here now, and now the middles are all in the same place. You can see 3 ends here, 3 ends here, and 3 middles here. But it is just an optical illusion. Or it looks like one. I can do it again. I click my fingers, just like so, everything reverts back to the way it was before. And now we're right back at the beginning of the trick, right back where we started with 3 pieces of rope. One of them is very, very short, one of them is medium sized, and one of them is very, very long. And that is the equal unequal ropes. Ta-da! So I do that. Ta-da! So this is another great trick. I love this. It's got it's visual, it's got comedy built into it. When I do it in my shows, I have a lot more jokes to it. I have a tug of war with one of the children, and yeah, it's got potential for everything. You can get this in different sizes. You can make it yourself with some thinner rope, and you can put it into your back pocket, and it's great for when you're working walk around magic. And I do that sometimes if I'm at a wedding and there's a lot of children there. I would have a small set in my back pocket. There is a set you can buy that is like magic wands. And then you can, this is one that I made up, and I bought one from ALAKAZAM, which is in, like I said, in my car. You can buy rope and make it yourself. And it's just a great prop. It's just really, really cool. It's really easy to perform. It's very magical. It's very visual, and it kills a good couple of minutes. You can get 4 to 5 minutes out of this at least in front of an audience, and it really builds. I'll also say as well that this is one of the tricks that I use if I'm doing a wedding and there is a delay and I have to stand up and do a quick 5-minute spot for the whole room. Maybe the bride and groom need an extra couple of minutes before they come back in for the breakfast, or maybe there's been a delay because of an accident in the kitchen, which has happened quite a few times with me, and they say, can you just kill a couple of minutes for me? I will get up and do cast to pocket, I'll do unequal ropes, and then I'll do another trick that will introduce the bride and the groom. So this has got a great quality of being one of those tricks that can be used in almost any performance arena, be it close up, kids, stage. I've seen magicians do similar things to this, front of curtain, while they're setting up an illusion behind the curtain. It plays really, really big and packs into no space whatsoever. So if you're looking for a great trick, easy to do, maximum appeal, then go to ALAKAZAM and you can either buy it pre-made or you can buy some rope and make it yourself. It's the unequal ropes, or the Professor's Nightmare, and it's a classic of magic and one that every magician should know or have or do or perform or keep or just make up and have in the back just in case you need it. So that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed the show. It's been a great pleasure seeing you all again. Please don't forget to like and subscribe and click that notification button so that you don't miss out on any of the new content we've got coming. Also, don't forget to leave a comment below and to share the video with your friends as well. If there's something you would like me to review, I've got a number of new items coming in every single week or every couple of weeks that I'm going to be looking at and reviewing. Some are going to be more children's based, some are going to be more family based, but we've got a whole ton of material lined up, and I would love to know what you're thinking of. So if you've got an effect that you've looked at and you've thought, do you know what, I really like the look of that, but I don't know if it's for me, then drop me a message below and we'll be sure to have a look at it, and it may even well appear on the show. And if it does, I'll give you a shout out. How about that as well? Ta-da! So thank you all again, and yeah, like and subscribe, and I will see you on the next Wayne's Wednesday Wizarding Wonders. Till then, bye for now.